Good evening and thank you for coming. I am Chris Chernahoy and I am with the St. Croix Valley Community Band. I also am a volunteer with a number of arts organizations, including the St. Croix Foundation for scholarships, grants, and different things. And I also work at the University of Wisconsin, River Falls. And just a few other things. I've got some of my Shell Lake Band campers here that have come. And we just love music and bring it to people wherever we can. So this Riverfest celebration is one that we are very happy that you found us. Because we are not down by the riverside, even though you'll hear about that later. So with that in mind, yes, we were so happy that Bethel opened up its doors to share this with us. Do not forget to look out here at all of the wonderful people who are dedicated to celebrating our river and all the great things that make this area and our world living in the United States so rewarding. Without further ado, our conductor tonight, teaming with me, is Christopher Tank, and we welcome him, and we'd like to invite you to rise for the Star Spangled Banner. Thank you. National Emblem by John Philip Sousa with the Metro Brass and the St. Croix Valley Community Band. Enjoy. At this point, I would like to introduce Mike Eckelberg from Nor Lake.
All right, thank you. What a great start, huh? Yeah. So welcome to Riverfest and the St. Croix Valley Community Band Concert. I'm Mike Eckelberg. I'm the Director of Sales at Nor Lake. Some people call me an old timer there, but that's okay. It doesn't look the part. So Nor Lake is a very proud member of the Hudson community, and we're very happy to be a sponsor of Riverfest. We were hoping for a little better weather, but we'll enjoy the concert here at this beautiful church, right? So, our sincerest thanks to the church for having us. Nor Lake was founded, oh please indulge me for a few moments here, I have to comment on Nor Lake. So, Nor Lake was founded in Hudson by Harry and Marie Blakeman in 1947. And they started their business in a little garage just a few blocks from here. Harry sold an ice maker as his first sale. And today, Nor Lake has a manufacturing facility east of town here and an office downtown. We employ over 350 people. And Nor Lake wouldn't be anywhere near where we are today without the people, the employees, the team members that we have. They're incredible people, and I have to thank them because that's why they are why we can sponsor Riverfest. So if you would, give them a round of applause. So, thanks for indulging my Nor Lake commercial, and welcome to Riverfest. Enjoy the concert, and have a great evening. Thank you.
Even though we're not by the St. Croix River, our theme of Riverfest and this whole community collaboration is one of, again, the beauty of water. With that, we dedicate the next piece, Shenandoah. would like to perform a piece keeping with the theme of beauty, Over the Rainbow, featuring a man named Dr. Gary Bird. And you will notice that he's playing with the Metro Brass, and he plays with the St. Croix Valley Symphony Orchestra. He plays with the St. Croix Valley Community Band. He plays with the Sheldon Theater Brass Band. He plays with the Lake Wobegon Brass Band. With the Three Rivers Concert Band, and he just came back from our European tour. And he plays with anyone who invites him and asks him to play. He is an amazing tuba player. He actually attended and graduated from the University of Wisconsin River Falls a few years previous, and then taught in Hastings 1 year. Went on to get graduate degrees at Indiana University, North Texas University, and then his career was at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And then he called me one day and said, you know, I've got a recital for my retirement. Could I come to River Falls and play it? I thought, yeah, that'd be a good idea. So he did, and then he went out and found a house. Like, seriously, there was this much snow. And he said, I was looking online. My wife would love to move back to the area. So he drives out there, finds a really cool house in the country, and comes back. So it's a good thing, because we've needed him. He also conducts the university band, which is basically a community band like this that goes year-round. So without further ado, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. the St. Croix Valley. And I love all things about nature and our river, and I am thrilled to present one of my friends, Judy Freund, who is on the Riverfest committee for this next segment of celebration.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you so much. We're here to celebrate one of our real community treasures, the St. Croix River, but sitting in front of us right here are just another collection of resources. Thank you all for sharing your talents with us. And again, on behalf of the committee that puts together Riverfest, we're so delighted that you could come out tonight and join us. And of course, our deepest gratitude goes to Norlake, our program sponsor this year. So thank you folks ever so much for supporting this effort. You know, we've been doing Riverfest now for a half a dozen years, and this is a year that is truly special. It was 50 years ago that our beautiful St. Croix River was protected under the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act that was signed 50 years ago. So to sort of celebrate and commemorate that event, I am so delighted that we have with us tonight Julie Galanska, who is the superintendent of the St. Croix Wild and Scenic River, to share with us some thoughts and reflections on this truly marvelous resource that we have. It's my honor to introduce Julie.
Judy, and I just have to echo what a celebration we have here tonight. The river is truly happy. I am sure it can hear you from here, and it's just it's such an amazing tribute to the past 50 years. As Judy mentioned, we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of the St. Croix National Scenic Riverway. In 1968, Congress passed and President Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act, which was landmark legislation that preserved certain rivers with outstanding natural, cultural, and recreational values in free-flowing condition for the enjoyment of present and future generations. The St. Croix and Namakagon were among the original rivers designated, and the only ones of the original 8 rivers in the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act to be included in the National Park System. They are America's first Wild and Scenic River National Park. So we are truly lucky and to have this unique resource here. We at the National Park Service are so honored to be the stewards of this amazing resource and this incredible place. But we are not the only ones. The Riverway was really created in partnership, and we see that continuing right up to today, right? Riverfest is an incredible example of the partnership it takes to create and protect places like the St. Croix National Scenic Riverway. In 1968, it took the leadership in the U.S. Congress of then Senators Gaylord Nelson of Wisconsin and Walter Mondale of Minnesota, who guided the Wild and Scenic Rivers Act to passage and made sure that the St. Croix and Namakagon were included in it. It took the leadership from corporations like Northern States Power, that donated thousands of acres on the St. Croix and the Namakagon to make this national park a reality. Northern States Power is now Xcel Energy. It took collaboration among the states of Minnesota and Wisconsin, organizations like the St. Croix River Association and lots of other nonprofits, private citizens, the communities up and down the river. So it really reflects the commitment of people working together back then and over the past 50 years. Wild and scenic rivers are really designated for 3 reasons, and we celebrate all of those tonight, and I think all of this music is really a reflection of these attributes. They have to have free flow. The St. Croix and Namakagon are one of the last undeveloped large floodplain river systems in the upper Mississippi watershed. They have exceptional water quality, and they have values that are unique and special to those rivers. On the St. Croix and Namakagon, those are the geology, especially the dalles of the St. Croix, the aquatic resources like freshwater mussels and over 100 species of fish, The riparian communities, where land meets water, that supports an incredible array and diversity of life. Recreational activities and opportunities like paddling and boating and swimming and fishing and all of those things we love to do and get out on the rivers. Over 10,000 years of human history, from the first people who came after the glaciers retreated during the last ice age, to voyagers, to loggers, to all of us today. And what we're probably most known for, that amazing scenery, over 250 miles of scenic views up and down the rivers. So the Riverway is a magnificent national treasure, but it is also a fragile one. So continued protection of this place and its world-class experiences will take all of us working together. So as you celebrate the 50th anniversary, please help others to know and love this national park, take care of it while you're out there, and find ways to make lasting contributions to it. It's now my pleasure to introduce Jim Knudsen Kolodny. Some of you may have met him out in the lobby. He is working on, with all of your help, on the beautiful mural out there that's called Water is Life, and I'm sure Jim will tell you some more about that.
Bonjour, Anishinaabe and Dao, and all I said was hello, I'm Anishinaabe. I'm an enrolled member of the Ottawa Nation out of Manistee, Michigan. And I'm a member of the Knudsen family, if you guys are interested. Some of you might know John Knudsen, he's from Hudson. So anyway, I'm the director of the American Indian Center over at St. Cloud State, and I'm honored to help with the River Fest planning committee for the second year. And so I pitched the idea about water is life. And if we think about that, water is life, it gives life, it helps us survive. We can't go 3 days without water. That's about as long as we can last, 3 to 4 days. Our brains are made up of 70% of water. Our body's like 60%. Our earth is like 71%, so water is everywhere. In our native cultures, our creation stories start with light, and then that first came about, and then the second was water, or moisture, but it's water that is the beginning, and we have a lot of ceremonies that deal with water, protecting it and also being careful with it. There's a lot of spirit animals that live under the water, and so we pay attention to the stars, because the stars tell us when it's the right time to go on the water, during, in the spring when the ice is now too weak to hold us. And so we have a booth this Saturday at the park. We have the Native American celebration on Saturday, and we are showing Native Sky Watchers program, which is the stars and constellations as our Native people see it, the Dakota, the Ojibwe, and the Cree. And so you can hear more stories about water and what the stars mean and reflect back down on Earth. So what we have out in the lobby is a group painting. It takes about 300 or everybody in the room, and about 20 people have already made their mark on it. When it's done, it's a community painting, and it represents the water that's right out here in the St. Croix. And everybody just makes one stroke of 5 different colors. You can choose one of those colors. It takes about 2 seconds to walk up, make a stroke, and then because Norlake is going to make the sign, they made the sign post holders. We're going to display that on Main Street. So you guys, if you help with the painting, you can drive up and down Main Street and say, I did that. I helped with that. Tell your family and friends. It's a group painting, and it should turn out really nice. So thank you, and stop by on your way out.
Metro Brass is a group of 12 members who have very interesting careers in a variety of things, from computers to technology to physical therapy to teachers to performers. And they are led by Keith Thompson, their founder, and they are performing in the Vintage Brass Band Festival, July 28th in Northfield, Minnesota, which is another community treasure if you have never been down to Northfield, Minnesota. They're performing in the city center at 5 p.m. and we invite you to go down there and listen to brass bands from all over the world. They're going to play 3 pieces for us: an American fanfare, Down by the Riverside, and America the Beautiful. Please enjoy. Next, we invite anyone who has ever served in the armed forces to stand when their song is played. The Armed Forces Salute. As we all remember, freedom is not free, and we appreciate your service, your time, your dedication, and all things that make our communities strong. Our next selection is entitled New York 1927. And what fun did they have, and will have now. Enjoy. It's movies. Anybody go to movies? Raise your hand. Yes. Movies are our form of entertainment, pretty big and strong today. And just like operas were early on in another country, movies are our thing. And you will hear some gorgeous film music. And when people are composers today, guess what? They can write for lots of different mediums, but you definitely get the household names out of people who've written for movies. And nobody even has to understand the language, just to understand the themes, the idea, and how it all moves forward. Please enjoy great moments in cinema. next selection features the Metro Brass with their rendition of The Incredibles. And as you know, Incredibles 2 has just come out in the movie theaters, and yet Incredibles 1 brings lots of visions to us, and animation is kind of the way to go, isn't it? Please enjoy. our groups, and I think to one of my students, we were doing some conducting singings at the Shell Lake Arts Center, and I played this piece of music, this march, and they said, well, Washington Post, it kind of sounds like it might be a newspaper or something. What do you think? Yeah. John Philip Sousa, the Washington Post March, please enjoy. We have an interesting little piece for you. When we tour abroad with like the Three Rivers Concert Band that just enjoyed a trip to Switzerland, Italy, and France, we bring our music, we collaborate with people, we sing, we dance, we have guest conductors, guest performers, and it truly is a cultural interaction. By the way, just a little bit of background. Three Rivers is your St. Croix River, your Mississippi River, and the Minnesota River. And we take anybody who's a good musician and knows how to play nice. They have to pass a personality interview. It's true. It's true. Anne-Marie, it was questionable. No, we had a new person. I'm kidding. She's new and on the block. Anyway, so it's really true when we put this group together, and we had 52 people travel. And one of the things that we do is do polkas. And this one is called the Apples, Peaches, Pumpkin Pie Polka. Enjoy.
Thank you.